Welcome back to another Pokemon Throwback Thursday, where every Thursday morning we take a deep dive into a vintage set. We are going in complete order, and the set we are checking out today is EX Delta Species. And then, of course, I'm going to try to buy a card. I try to buy a card every Throwback Thursday. And then we will also be checking some more cards and products that are going up in price from sets that are X and Y and older. But we do have to get things to our video sponsor real quick, and that's Punch-Out Gaming. Punch-Out Gaming is my local game store that I go to, and it's the #1 game store in all of Minnesota. I've actually been to them all. You can order right from their site, too. They got stuff for everybody: Pokemon, sports cards, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, tons of video games and video game consoles. And they have one of the largest selection for rock cards. And they will actually be selling prismatic evolutions for MSRP on release day. You know, we got a card show coming up there in like 2 weeks. They have a whole nother room where they'll have, their first ever little card show. I will be there recording and vending. So definitely check them out. All the links are in the description. And they're only located 30 minutes north of the Twin Cities. But all right, let's get started. Checking out EX Delta Species. Came out October 31st, 2005. 113 cards plus 1 secret rare. And this is a set symbol right here. It's the easiest way to remember these sets is just remember the set symbol. But this is the first set where they actually came out with the Delta Species gimmick. It kind of changes the typing of the Pokemon on the card. It's super cool. And they continued it for a few sets. So we got the Beedrill, Crobat, Dragonite, Espeon, Flareon, Gardevoir, Jolteon. And remember, these come in holo and that beautiful reverse holo with that stamp. Latias, Latios, Marowak. We got the Metagross, beautiful card. Mewtwo, Rayquaza, Salamence, Starmie, Tyranitar, Umbreon, Vaporeon, Azumarill. And then that is it for the Delta Species for the set. But I mean, that is stacked. And then, of course, we will check the EXs. So they really toned it back for the EXs for this set because they added all these Delta Species. They also have these super cool Ditto cards, which you can get in reverse holo with the stamp. We got the regular Ditto, we got the Bulbasaur Ditto, Charmander Ditto, Mr. Mime Ditto, Pikachu Ditto, and the Squirtle. So I love things like that where it's just like those are the only 5 Ditto cards like that. Cool little set that you can collect. But let's get to these EXs. Like I said, not very many at all. We only have 3 EXs for this set. The Flareon, the Jolteon, and the Vaporeon. But this set does have gold stars. So we got the Groudon Gold Star, the Kyogre Gold Star, and the Metagross Gold Star. And the secret rare is an Azumarill. So not the best secret rare. And the only card I need from this set actually is this Dragonair right here. So I already have this card in reverse holo and holo, but the reverse holo's a little more like lightly played, moderately played, so I got to find a clean one. So we're going to take a peek at one today. But all right, let's check some sold listings here. We got the Starmie reverse holo for 15. So just remember, when I say reverse holo, it has that beautiful stamp on it. And I did set everything in near mint. We got the Gardevoir reverse holo for 55. A CGC basic 10 Flareon EX for 525. And then here we got the Gardevoir EX. It says Delta Species, but it says Dragon Frontiers. That's because we continued the Delta Species gimmick for a few more sets after this. So in the Dragon Frontier set, there's some Delta Species cards. All right, next, PSA 9 Flareon EX for 300. PSA 5 Vaporeon EX for 69. Rain Castform reverse holo for 10. Reverse holo Persian for 10. Those aren't in the set. Vaporeon EX for 150. Jolteon EX for 125. We have a reverse holo Latias in a PSA 9 for about $100. Here we got a reverse holo Dragonair in a PSA 8 for $25. Got a reverse holo Ditto Squirtle for $25. This is near mint, lightly played. PSA 8 Espeon reverse holo for $145. Here we have a CGC 9.5 Groudon for $1,550. We are going to check the Gold Star cards individually because there's not a ton of sales, recently in the last week on here. Got a Larvitar PSA 10 reverse holo for $135. Starmie for $6. Rayquaza, this is just the holo, PSA 10 for $995. We got the Azumarill in a PSA 10 reverse holo for $225, best ever accepted. Jolteon EX in a PSA 8 for $150. Flareon EX in a PSA 8 for $200. Couple World Championship cards, those are always way cheaper. PSA 9 Sandshrew reverse holo, $30. PSA 8 Sandslash reverse holo, $40. Espeon Ra reverse holo, near mint, lightly played, $100. Dragonair PSA 9 reverse holo, $80. That's not in the set. Flareon, wow, a 3 SGC, 25 bucks. Gardevoir Reverse Holo, 20. Mewtwo Reverse Holo, PSA 7, $100. We got a beautiful Metagross Reverse Holo here. This might be my favorite art in the set. It's kind of crazy. Lightly Played, 50 bucks. PSA 10 Gold Star Groudon, $4,900. Best offer accepted. Flareon PSA 9, 305. That's not in the set. We got a Metagross CGC 8 for $1,075. That's not in the set. We've already seen a bunch of Flareons. Espeon Reverse Holo CGC 9.5 sold for $225. The Azumarill Secret Rare sold for $25 raw. It says near mint, but it's kind of a crappy picture. PSA 10 Jolteon EX, $1,100. What else do we got here? A couple more Mewtwo's, a 9 Reverse Holo sold for $215. And then the Holo in a 9 sold for $121. So that proves right there, the Reverse Holos with the stamp are worth almost double the Holos in this set. So pretty cool. You got to think, you know, you get a 1 Reverse Holo every single pack, but I love it. We'll check a couple more to see if we missed anything. Let's just scroll through here super quick. T-Tar Reverse Holo for $100 near mint. We only seen the rough one. Jolteon, $250 for the PSA 9 and Reverse Holo. Ooh, we got a Reverse Holo Dragonite. PSA 10, $1,200. Crazy. Another PSA 10 Jolteon EX for $1,000. All right, now we are checking out the Groudon Gold Star. PSA 4 just sold for $425. PSA 1 just sold for $390. We got a raw here, $360. CGC 9.5, $1,550. That PSA 10 we've seen for $4,900, best offer accepted. PSA 4 for $550. Another raw for $348. Another raw for $450. PSA 9 for $1,400. We'll check a couple more. Another raw for $450. A PSA 9 for $1,599. And one right before that for $1,382. Next, we were checking Kyogre. So last sold raw, $450. PSA 7, $725. PSA 1, $365. PSA 8 for $777. CGC 4.5 for $400. PSA 8 for $850. Raw for $420. Beckett 8.5 for $900. Beckett 5.5 for $373. Another raw for $385. Raw for $550. And ended off, we got a PSA 8 for $875. Then we will hop to the Metagross here. We got a PSA 4 for $565. PSA 9 for $1,500. Raw for $760. CGC 8 for $1,075. PSA 6 for $510. Raw for $240. Definitely damaged. PSA 8 for $1,170. PSA 6 for $550. Beautiful raw for $837. CGC 9.5 for $1,950. PSA 6 for $630. PSA 6 for $523. And another raw for $810. Then we got a 9 for $1,600. And to end it off, we have a $8,000 PSA 10 sale on November 11th. All right, checking out some booster packs. Just got a few sales here. We got the Metagross Very Clean, $626. We got a PSA 8 Dragonite pack, beautiful, $500. We got a PSA 7 Salamence pack for $450. Got another one of those 3-pack blister things with all 3 packs for $2,000. Pretty rough looking unweighed Dragonite pack for $500. And a Flareon pack for $415. And then they do have these theme decks. There's only a couple sales for like around $100 to $150. Kind of cool. Kind of different. You can even get the whole case of the theme decks. They're asking one. You can even get a theme starter deck box for $10,000 they're asking. But pretty cool. Another one down here for $4,100. Quite the difference in asking price. All right, we are checking out the booster boxes. So the last sale I could find online was $23,000. And then we had one before that at $29,000. And then the only Dragonair card that I could find, which I did ask for better pictures. These pictures are absolutely terrible. But from what I can see, the card looks okay. But I'm not going to buy it until I get more pictures. He does have 100% positive feedback, so he should respond. But absolutely terrible pictures. So, you know, if I get that, I will let you guys know at the end. But $15 if it is clean. Pretty solid deal. All right, checking out some boxes and cards that are going up in price. Roaring Skies ETB, one of the coolest ETBs. Last sold January 4th, 1,200, best offer accepted. Before that on the 3rd, 1,300. And then December 15th, we got a sale here at $1,005 with a very minor tear. Another one with minor damage, $1,035, and another sealed at $1,050. And if we hop to Pokedata, I mean, this box was $700 April 15th, 2024. And now, you know, we got sales at $1,300. We got a sale here at $1,599. And this graph is getting some data mixed up because of the Roaring Moon Paradox Rift box. So it's kind of reading some of those sales, but pretty good for that ETB. Next, XY Phantom Force is one of my all-time favorite ETBs. One of the first ever ETBs. I want to say it's the 3rd ever ETB. Beautiful, really, really dark. Last sold on eBay, $3,499. If we hop to Pokedata, this thing was $2,300 in November 2023. You know, even $2,400 in May of 2024. Got up to $3,200, and now the last sold $3,500. And honestly, I still feel like that's kind of cheap for this box. One of the first ever Elite Trainer boxes in Pokemon history. You know, and Phantom Forces is an insane Gengar set. So I could see this ETB just keep climbing. Like I could see it being a $5,000 ETB and then like a $10,000 ETB. I actually opened up a few of these ETBs back in the day. I really wish I would have kept them sealed, but I was just so excited because ETBs were new. So yeah, kind of crazy to see now. But all right, hop into some cards. We got the Mega Gyarados from XY Breakpoint. This was $25 last year. Now last sold $44, $45, $40, $100, $40, $41. Next, the Mega Sceptile EX. This was also $25 a year ago. Now last sold $54, $54, $39, $55, $37. And I have a feeling a lot of these Mega cards will go up once we get our Megas, because Megas are coming back. Next, the Mega Alakazam, one of my favorite ones. This was $12, $13 a year ago. Now last sold $30, $27, $28, $25, $25. Next, the Mega Charizard from XY Evolutions. This was $40 a year ago. Now last sold $60, $69, $70, $80, $90. Damage for $16, near mint for $50. Next, the Mega Blastoise. I actually love the pink in this card. Really makes the card pop. This card was $15 a year ago. Now last sold $35, $30, $28, $25, $31, $33, $50. All right, next we're checking out the Gengar Prime card. So in a PSA 10, this card went crazy during the first boom. It was at $2,000. You know, dropped down to like $500, and it's coming up right now. Last sold on here, $1,225. But the PSA 9s are also crazy. I bought my Gengar PSA 9 Prime card for $135 online, and now last sold it's like $300. So definitely going up in price. I bought my PSA 9 like 8-9 months ago for about $130, and now last sold it's like $300. So definitely going up in price just a little bit. We do have a few sales here on eBay, just checking. PSA 9 for $300, raw for $95, another PSA 9 for $278, another one for $299. We got even a 9 here at $345. So definitely going up with that 9. All right, and last on the list, another Gengar, the Sabrina's Gengar. So here's the unlimited chart on TCG Player. It was $120. Now last sold $230, $150 with a picture, $151, $160, $146, $190. But I recently just got this card in first edition, and man, it was tough to find. And what's super crazy is I remember this card being like, I want to say $65, $70, but for the first COVID boom in first edition. And now check out these sales in first edition. We got a PSA 8 for $550. We got a raw for $360. CGC basic 10 for $1,599. We got a PSA 10 for the first edition Sabrina's Gengar at $4,186. Another PSA 8 for $550. Yeah, I really feel like since Charizard's kind of, you know, not the most popular right now, I feel like a lot of these other cards are really starting to stand out in these other Pokemon, you know, like Gengar, you know, Rayquaza, Umbreon. They're really starting to like take those top spots. But we got a good amount of sales here. We got another raw at $400, raw at $200. We got a PSA 6 unlimited for $180. Another first edition raw for $325. PSA 5 first edition for $270. That's the thing too, you know, it's like the best card in the set. So I always try to get the best card in the set as clean as possible. But yeah, it's just so crazy to think about how cheap these cards were before that first COVID boom. Like I could have scored this card in near mint condition before the COVID boom between like 60 to 100 bucks all day long. And then the COVID boom hit, this card went crazy. I think it got up to $8,000 in a PSA 10 and then dropped down to like $2,000 or something like that. And now it's finally going back up and we're getting close to that $5,000 mark, but super, super cool card. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Throwback Thursday. I will let you guys know what happens with that Dragonair card. And then if you guys like this content, especially if you guys like vintage, you know, I'm one of the few people who does vintage videos, definitely leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And then if you guys could comment your favorite card from today's video, that would help out a ton. And then if you guys want to know when 151 comes back in stock or any Pokemon Center ETBs or when any Team Rocket pre-orders come up, definitely follow me on Instagram. Or you can join my YouTube membership. It's only 99 cents a month. But I want you guys to have a great day. And if you want to watch my last Pokemon What If Wednesday, where we actually talk about pre-ordering the Team Rocket set, click this here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.